Hi there, this is Lemmerock, and I want to show you how to create a simple scripted sequence that animates an NPC using existing animations. And then I will bone merge another model onto that NPC. So at first I would like to choose a model and the animation. So I go into my asset browser, type in Alyx, because I want to use one of those animations here. You can have a preview of the animations that are already existing, and I want to have this animation where she just walks a few steps and then stops. So this is Manor Finale Alyx Choreo Anim, which means I can go to the models set browser, just type in, I did this already, do this again, Alyx, and I just drag her into this map. I rotate her into the correct position, so she should just walk around there. At the moment, this is just a prop static, so we change the class to generic underscore actor and just give it a name. For example, gen underscore act underscore Alyx. Typo there. And we can say it is a friendly NPC. Doesn't matter here, but just to be sure. Yeah. So we now need an entity called scripted sequence. So go to your entity tool, just search for scripted sequence and place it somewhere. Just go into its properties and give it a name. This is very important. You have to give it a prefix SS underscore. Otherwise, when you have an output on a trigger that triggers this sequence, the commands that this scripted sequence has, they won't appear there. So use SS underscore and everything will be fine. I will just name it SS underscore NPC underscore walking. And as a target NPC, I use the entity picker and pick gen act Alyx. Here are now pre-action idle animation, action animation, and post-action idle animation. So I just set these. So here are the idle animations, Manor Finale Alyx Choreo Anim idle. And the action animation is Manor Finale Alyx Choreo Anim. So let's take a look at the other parameters here. Move to position, we change this to no. And we have to see, if I have to find one called script conflict response. I found it here. This has to be set to interrupt. Then we go to the spawn flags. We check no interruptions, override AI, don't teleport NPC on end, loop and post idle, and priority script. Okay, this is it. And now we just need to create some kind of a trigger. I will create a trigger multiple just in front of my player start. So get the block tool, create a block, press enter, and press Ctrl T to turn it into a trigger multiple. I go into its properties, and there's no need to give it a name. I add an output called onStartTouch, and I select the SSNPC walking scripted sequence as the target entity, and now I can see begin sequence. Okay, that's about it. So when this is triggered, the sequence starts and Alyx should walk through the room. So let's give it a fast compile. This should just take a moment, I think. And there it is. So character is here, and when I start touching this trigger, Alyx is just walking around here. It is a trigger multiple, so I can just trigger it again and again and again. Yeah, and that's how you use the existing animations on a generic actor model. So I go back to here. Oh yeah, by the way, in this default setup of my map, I have this walkable seat, which is necessary so the character can walk. Now let's try some bone merge. I want to have Eli's model bone merge to Alyx model and walk with the animation that came with the model of Alyx. So I just search for a model called Eli, and I simply drag him somewhere into the room. I don't have to give it a name, but what I have to do is I go into the properties, change the class also to generic_actor, and under hierarchy I take the entity picker for the parent parameter and I choose genact Alyx, and for parent model bone attachment name I use !Bonemerge. So just press enter and close this, and this now fuses or merges the world model of Eli to the world model of Alyx. So if I compile this and start it, both models can be visible, and it looks like some kind of a tilifrag. So I go into the properties of the Alyx model, and I simply set it invisible by going into the render properties and change the FX amount to 0, which renders it, or which renders it invisible, or it is not rendered at all. So that's it. I have just found out something with the bone merges. If you bone merge something, the eyes are mostly not correctly set, but that is just some small thing here. So let's give it a fast compile. Yes, I want to save it. So Alyx model is replaced by Eli, and when I touch the trigger, it is now Eli walking with the animation of Alyx. And this is the bone merge Eli to Alyx model, and this is then using Alyx script. Okay, so that's it. Another thing is, you may have realized I have been using an improved model of the Alyx character. So I just want to show this to you. It is Gordon and Alyx material fix made by THG and Komegatze. I will put the link into this YouTube video in the description. And this is very cool. It fixes various things for both models, for Alyx and for Gordon. So you can use that to make the models look more prettier. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you very much for watching.